Hello and welcome to our channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. So I am back again. No surprise, I'm going to be using the Dispress sprays this time. Remember last time I went through and said that I was going to be doing the stains. So I'm not going to use the Spritz or the Mica. So this is what I'm using for this video because as a matter of fact, I've only used this like a couple of times, like this particular sprays a couple of times. I got all of these sprays over the holiday and I haven't used them at all. So before this video, I did make sure I opened all of them. So you don't have to go through that agony. And I'll be kind of doing the same thing, using the brayer, using the smushing thing and some water. I forgot to grab my brayer, so I'm going to have to put you on a pause and grab that. But what I wanted to mention is, these are water reactive. They're transparent. I'm going to be using my mixed media paper again. This is 6x8. Now that I feel like I've gotten a handle on it, this doesn't seem as intimidating. So I would encourage you, if you've gotten this or you haven't pulled them out in a while, bring them out and let them play, because I don't know what I didn't like or what techniques I like or didn't like, until I started with the Spritz and then the Mica, and then now I got a nice comfort level with using these items because I purchased them with the intention of using them and making projects with them and cards and other stuff. So I just encourage you to do that. But I'm going to put you on a brief pause while I go grab the brayer. I did forget to grab that. Okay, I'm back with the brayer. So yeah, yeah, I think what you're gonna need is what I've always had from the previous two videos. Got my paper, got my brayer, got my water mister, have my pouncer, have my heat tool, and I have my rack. So you guys know the routine. Here we go. What I'm going to do is show you the first color combination. So I'm going to be using some antique linen, salvage patina, and salty ocean. So you can kind of see the progression. I'm going to go from lightest to darkest, and I think that's the order I'm going to use today. And I have some other color combinations over here. The idea is to use 2 panels per color combo and use different techniques. All right, so we're gonna do the first one. So all I'm gonna do, and I think they're kind of both smooth on both sides, is mist the paper. And because I'm misting the paper, this should help the spray flow, like the spray flow pretty easily. Oh, you know what? Let me move this before I make this bad boo-boo. Oops. And before I get started, let me grab a baby wipe. Forgot that because I'm trying to be a little bit more proactive with some of this stuff. So I got my 2 baby wipes out and ready to go. And then I got my paper towel. So I'm ready over here. So that's going to be off camera. Because remember, I want to spritz this, so I'm going to put it back on the rack so I don't have to do too much. And then I'm just going to spritz it. Now this is quite different than the, I'm going to actually do a little bit all over. I'm going to lay that color down. This is quite different than the mica, remember, and the spritz. There's no like shiny bits in here. There's no mica powder. There's nothing in here making it shiny. So I'm just moving this around the paper like that. So you can see how it flows through, because I kind of really wet this paper up really well. Let me grab my paper towel and wipe that out, wipe that nozzle up. I'm going to lay it back down. And I'm going to hit it with a little water. I mean, a little heat. So you want to dry in between. That's not too dry, but you want to dry the color because you don't want to make mud, you know? That antique linen is really light. Think you got some pulling, just dab it up. And I'm just going to let it do what it's doing. I'm not going to force anything on it. Let it go. Let's see what color. I had a blast last time. Now, you guys know me. I'm a shiny object girl, so I like really shiny objects. Alright, so yeah, you can kind of see it's drying a little bit. I want it fully dry. I want it dry enough. I'm going to mop up some of that color, just a little bit. Oh, oh, that's a nice effect. Okay. Now the next one is the Salvage Patina. Now I have used this one, so I'm just going to spray it on there. Forgot to hit it with the water. That's okay. Let's see if we can move it around. I get a little movement. Probably should have sprayed it first, y'all, but that's okay. I forgot. But I'm reacting, you know, hitting that. If I spray it with that water, I'm reactivating that ink underneath. That's pretty. Reminds me of sand. It's really pretty. So this one is just me moving stuff around. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I'm already liking that. So that was the Salvaged Patina. And now I imagine if I wanted to add a little sparkle, I could come back through this and add the mica stain to give it a little sparkle. You know, nobody said you couldn't. So this is almost dry. I don't want that to get too wet, too dry. Let's put the top back on that. This is Salty Ocean. All right. Ooh, pretty. Pretty. And I think I'm just going to let that sit on top. No water on it this time because I kind of like that intense blue. See? See how intense that is? Wow. And they're mixing a bluey green. Really pretty. Like I said, I got this this was my gift to myself over the holiday, is to get the rest of this. I actually have oxide, so I'm going to be doing the oxides next. Just give you guys a little hint. And I have never used the oxides sprays before, ever. I have the inks, but I've never used the oxide sprays. I think I'm going to do a little water splattering now. And just see what I get. But that's just me spraying it on. I'm going to leave the water pooling on here. And I'm not going to dry it or anything. I'm just going to set it aside. But isn't that pretty? Imagine, again, shiny girl. I'd probably hit it with some mica if you wanted to go that route. But I'm going to keep it like this. and see what I get. So I'm going to set this aside, let it dry on its own. And then I'm going to kind of do the next one, kind of with the same colors, but instead of me spraying it directly on the watercolor paper, I'm going to lay down a color on my glass mat. So that's antique linen. Clean that off. I'm going to put the salvage patina over here. Clean that off. And then I'm going to do the salty ocean over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do for this first, and again, I'm not sure if this is going to work. Only going to dip the cardstock in the colors and no water. And then I might come back through and hit it with water. I don't know if this is going to work, but this is what I'm going to try. Because again, this is all about trying and experimenting. So as a matter of fact, let me just dip that in there. Okay, let me dip. I don't know what I'm doing. Dip that in there. And let me dip this in there. I put the colors too close together. Now let me hit it with some water. See what happens. If I can get some of this to run together. I don't know. I hope it doesn't make mud. Because I don't know. I don't really know. I really don't know. Alright. Well, let's swirl it together and see what I get. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm just making anything that makes sense to me. Oh, interesting. I got more, so look, I got more of the, no antique linen showed up. So let's down the antique linen. Oh, interesting. How interesting. Yeah, how very interesting. Okay, how very dramatic or unexpected, because I'm tired of saying interesting, y'all. Y'all know that I've been saying that throughout the whole series. Let's see if we try it. How very unexpected. Look, I got green. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I just swirled it in there. So we're going to try to dry this. And you know what? I'm going to try to build up some intense color with this one. I definitely want this to dry a little. So the key is to kind of dry it in between the layers so you can get more intense color. So we're going to try that bad boy. I kind of like it. It's different. Okay. Now, what do you guys think? Okay, be careful, Brenda. I done got all my stuff mixed up again. Let's move those out the way because these are the three I'm using. I think I got enough. I think I just need to add some in antique linen. Just some dots of that. And to get the little splatteries, I'm just doing, I just barely touch it. Maybe a little bit of salvage patina. And I'm barely depressing it. Barely. And then salty ocean to kind of get droplets. And I think I like the way this plays because if you don't, let me do that. You don't play with your let me do a little lift off of that nozzle. You don't know what it'll do because you don't know what pressure to use on the nozzle to get the effect that you're trying to go for. I'm gonna try that. It's a little bit too intense color. So I'm gonna try lifting that off a little. There we go. If it's too intense, I'm just gonna try to get it off. I don't want that pooling there. I'll leave that there. And that's a real subtle background. I like it. I like it. I don't know about you guys, but I like it. Oh, and look, I got that. Got some water splatters there. Let's see if I can get some water splatters over here. Oh, and if I haven't said that, this is a Ranger heat tool, heat gun. I haven't said that before. Okay, see how I'm getting those little watery, splattery things? And I'm gonna bring that other one back so you guys can compare. Okay, so in my head, I'm thinking I like the stains, but I also like the mica. Alright, here's the two. This one hasn't dried a lot. So I'm going to do the paper towel and just do that. But here are the two different ones. Here's where I just splattered it on this cardstock. Here's where I put it on a glass surface and smushed it around. I like both of them actually equally. I mean, I like both of them. Okay, so that's card number, panel number 1. I just put it on the other side of my thing. So the colors that we used for that one was Antique Linen, Salvage Patina, Salty Ocean. So I'm going to lay those to the side. The next color combo that I've got for today is Rusty Hinge, Mustard Seed, and aged mahogany. Now I really like the aged mahogany. I've used it before. It's like one of my favorite colors, but I don't know if I've used mustard seed in anything like in a spray. So I'm cleaning up. So we're gonna do the same thing again. Yeah, let's do that. I'm thinking. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm not gonna make any changes. So I'm just gonna press on with the next 2 card panels. Let's see. So I'm lining these up. I don't have these swatched, unfortunately. So I'm gonna assume, you know what they say about assumptions, but I'm gonna assume this is lighter than this, just based on the tag. Okay, so we're gonna start with the. Well, yeah. I'm gonna wet this paper up. Missed it. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Then I'm going to, uh-oh, I got a visitor. Hit it with the mustard seed. Not too bad. Okay. I'm gonna dry that a little. Mustard seed. Let's see if I can get it to run. So this time, instead of putting all the colors, I'm drying it a little in between layers. Or in between the colors, layers of colors. I think, okay, so JC's gone. He's like, I'm out of here, mommy. JC's my Chihuahua mix. He was in here. So I'm gonna just let do its thing. So next is Rusty Hinge. Okay, not too bad. Again, I keep forgetting to hit it with water. And remember, you don't have to like it immediately. You don't have to like your results immediately. So, and I'm just drying it in between. Hit it with a little water. Get a little movement. I'm going to hit it with a lot of water. So I'm going to try to do something with that. So, like all that. See, I mean, I guess it's okay, I guess. I like the Rusty Hinge. Alright. I think I'm going to hit it with a little water before I spray down. Oh yeah, that's deep. Ooh, yeah, that's really deep. Okay. That was the aged mahogany, and I hit it with a little water. Now at this point, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna do it again because I've never, I've only done like 1 or 2 coats or layers. Here's JC. I'm gonna do it again and see what I get. I'm gonna keep going. That dark mahogany, it's really dark. That was that aged mahogany. It's really, really dark. I should have grabbed some water. Sorry about that. Let me show you what I'm working with. Alright. Okay, let me let the pups out. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had to let the pups out. So I'm going to hit it with some water, and then we're going to start the process all over again. And I just hit it with some antique linen first, and I sprayed it down. See what I get. This is unknown territory for me. I've not gone more than 1 or 2 layers, so I'm drying it in between. And you know what? Before it goes too dry, let me drip down some Rusty Hinge too. Yeah, since that's a deep, deep color, let's do it like that. Now let's dry. I'm gonna do 1 more of these and see what I get. It almost is dark. I'm gonna lift up some of that mahogany color because it's so dark. I want to make dark stains. It's really, really dark. It's really dark. Pull up my stuff. Not too bad. Yeah. Not too bad. I'm gonna hit it one more time with the antique linen. I'm really spraying it on here. I'm really laying a. And I think I'm gonna dry it in between this one. I'm not sure what it's doing. I can't tell you what it's doing. I don't know. I've never done this like this before. And the other 2 I just stopped after a while. and then go like layer by layer. Now, ideally, I'm assuming you can just keep building color on top of color. But I don't know if I should be hitting it with water or if I should be splattering. I know I'm going to do splattering at the end with the water. I don't know if I should be doing it in between the layers, or maybe you could try, that. You can just try it, see what you like. So this is Rusty Hinge. So I really like the Rusty Hinge. Let's clean up that. No water this time, just straight color. I don't know. I really don't. We'll see what happens when it dries all the way, because what you get right now is not what you end up with at the end. I've noticed that after doing several of these panels. After it dried down, I really liked it, but I wasn't sure. I'm not going to put any more Rusty Aged Mahogany because it's so dark. But what I am going to do now is do some water splattering and some flicks of water. I think I'm gonna, after this, I'm gonna dry it a little bit and call it done. Oh, so slippery. That'd be something to put on here when your hand is wet. I'm getting some interesting things, or some fascinating items, or some nice stains. Cool one. Make a little point. I'm just taking my little paper towel and just making like a point for the quicker picker-upper. Alright, and then I'm just going to let this finish doing what it's doing. I think it's dark enough with the Aged Mahogany and the walnut. I'm going to leave that alone. Let me show you what I got. I don't know. I don't know what to expect because I've never done more than 2 layers of coloring. I did like 3. And then I just put the water on top. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to get. But I'm going to let that dry down. Put this over to the side. Alright. So this time, I'm going to do a little bit of the mustard seed. And let's clean that off. Then I'm going to take this, and then I'm definitely going to, ooh, well, I guess I'm using this side. I was supposed to spritz it first and then drop it in there, but it just fell out my hands. What can I tell you? I'm going to bring this in. Just, let's see, I'll use it up off of here. Let's see if I can just count some of that color. Again, don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing something. Let's smooth that out of the way. And then I'm gonna just help it along and dry it. Let's put it back over here. I'm gonna help it along and dry it a little bit. That's a Roll Intense mustard seed. So the next color is the Rusty Hinge. And I'm going to wet this right around this edge. So I'm going to try to keep that Rusty Hinge on the corners of the panel, like a little L shape. Not rolling it in too much. I think I like the pouncing. So just pouncing on that color. And then just moved it ever so slightly in here. Let me hope that's along with that. And then I want to dry this pretty good. And then I'm going to do the aged mahogany. But I think I'm going to go, don't overthink it. I'm not going to overthink it. I think I'm going to leave most of this and just work in this area, maybe in this corner here. So I'm going to put down the aged mahogany right over what I have on my glass surface. So now I'm going to wet this up a little, and I'm going to keep it right in this area right here. I'm going to try to keep that color right where I have it. Water it. Be a little bit strategic. But I'm also mixing in all those other colors. Okay, I'm going to pounce it again. I don't care what's on here. Whoops, sorry about that. Just bust your ears. I like that. I like it. I think I want to take some of that color and just bring it up. Being very dry that. And then I'm going to do some water splatters on it. I think I'm going to keep the splattering like in this area. That's not too bad. What you guys think? Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing. I'm just doing what feels natural. I think I got another thought before I do the water splatters. So with the stuff that's on my surface, I'm just going to hit it with some water and just swirl it together. Oh Lord, my hands are going to be... Can I flick it on there? Alright, well, I was trying to flick it on there, but I think... Swirl it again. I think I'm going to just do that around the edge. Because I don't want to lose that. That's a lot of ink. Okay. Now... I like this thing too. I took up some of the color. Not sure. Not sure. Not sure I'm getting the splatter effect that I want. Use a splatter brush and see if I'm getting what I want. maybe the mahogany. I don't know. Okay. Enough creating. We'll see. Interesting. Different. Fascinating. Unexpected. Alright, I don't know what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna let it dry, but I'm just gonna let it dry. I'm gonna leave these. Oops. See if I can get these to do something. I don't know. I do not know. But I did get some more flickings. Some more little splatters. Okay. I'm gonna put this aside and let it just dry naturally. And we'll come back to it at the end. I hate to not use this color, but I don't have any more cardstock I can roll it in. So I'm just going to pick it up. I'm going to clean out my surface. Okay, you guys had to see me do that. I was supposed to put you on pause, but it's okay. Alright, let me let my hands down because I'm just afraid I'm going to have aged mahogany all over everything. Look, you can't get inky fingers. Inky fingers. Okay, I got some alcohol. Let me spray my hands, see if that'll get some of that up. Oh Lord, just don't want to pick up another one and have it all messy with other ink on there. Dry it off. Alright, let's get this. Yeah. You guys know how it is, right? When you're playing sprays. I mean, I think I'm addicted now, so I got 2 more panels for my last color combo. So I used aged mahogany, mustard seeds, and rusty hinge. So these are the last 3, and I still see I got some stuff over here. Let's get that up. So the last 3 I'm going to use is Chip Sapphire, Seedless Preserve, and Shaded Lilac. So I think I'm going to do it in this order. Alright, here we go. Let's spritz it with a little bit of water first. I mean, I'm going to, now for this one, I'm saturating this panel really, like a lot of water. And I'm doing that on purpose because I want that color to run. And I really did a light hand. I'm not going to, just going to use, okay, interesting, fascinating. And then I think I did it backwards, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, I think I need to do Seedless Preserve next. Interesting. Okay, I really see if I can get the color to run. See if I can get any of these colors to run. Hopefully I won't make mud, like brown mud, but I'm really running these colors. And I did not use the Brayer, so let's try that. I don't know. Do I know what I'm doing? No. I don't know. I'm just pulling all the colors together with the Brayer. Just spraying it back and forth. Who knows? And I didn't leave any white. So I don't know. do it like this. I really want to see what this, I always do it with the darkest colors, you know, the most intense colors. All right, I'm gonna dry it a little. Because you never know. You never know what you're gonna like or what you're gonna do. That's the state of play I'm in right now. I don't want that pulling. The state of play I'm in right now. There's no right or wrong reason. These are my inks, my paper, so I figure I can roll with it how I want to. I guess the thing is, don't be afraid to try and see what happens. That's why you're playing. Like when we were kids, we were fearless. I don't know about you. I mean, you can run around the block, do whatever. You're actually fearless. Okay, now look at that. So what do I have? Anyway, I used all my paper towel. So I'm going to try to catch this before it pulls. Sorry about your ears. Okay, that is. Okay, so I got a lot of the, but I don't have a lot of the blue. Shaded lilac. Let's try that. That was shaded lilac. Let's do, I'm going to skip out the chip. Because that purple kind of took over. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I got one more of this to do. Oh no. I don't know if I like it or not. I'm just doing it. What do I know? Oh, you know what? Let's take this. See if I can roll it around. Lift off some of that. Well, maybe I should have crinkled up some plastic wrap packaging and rolled it like that. That's a thought. Okay. I think I'm gonna do it like this. I think I'm done with this one. I don't know. Maybe. Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. This might be my least favorite color combo, but we're gonna try to make it do something. So I don't know. I just sprayed it with the water. Probably should have flicked it, huh? Do some flicks. I think I'm done. Let's dry it a little. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know about this one. I don't know if I like what I did, or if I don't like the color combo, or did something weird, or was unexpected. Maybe kind of, sort of. I really can't say. I do like that seedless preserve sitting on top, like that hint of rich color. I do like that. Yes, this one. Let's see if I can hit it a little bit more. do like that. I like that contrast right there. See what a baby wipe does. I really like it. Okay, I'm gonna stop playing. I do like the spots I'm leaving. The seedless preserve, like being right on top. I'm gonna let that dry because this is gonna be a longer video if I don't. All right, last one. This one, I'm gonna spray. I'm gonna miss this one again, but I'm just gonna spray directly on here, which is what I thought I did last time, but apparently I didn't. Clean that off. So I don't know what the hell I did. Oh, sorry. Let's try. But you know, that could be the end up being the one I like the most out of all of them because it's so unusual. Before all of it dries up, let's do the seedless preserve next. That was shaded lilac. No water because there was still water on here, but just the color in between. Can't wait to see what the oxides do because I have never used the oxide sprays ever. Brand new to me. Yeah. So get that done. Okay. And that was seedless preserve. So now this is chip sapphire. Doop, doop, doo, doo. And oh, how? Yeah, it's light. Okay, it's really dark. It's really dark. So let's pick it up again. And I left the little lots of white. So either I'm going to go with full saturation, barely any white showing, or light color, right, lots of white space in between. I think those are my two modes. Oh my goodness, I'm thinking of something from college. So you got to know thyself, basically. So know thyself, nothing in excess, and there's one other thing I can't remember. Oh God. There's one other phrase. I don't remember that one. Okay, look what happened when I didn't put any additional water on there, just the water that was left on there that didn't fully dry. I got some interesting stuff here. Now, here's where you can keep going. Like that. I like this one. I'm going to stop here. I like this one. I'd like to continue to keep going with the color and the water. But I'm going to stop there. Again, remember how I said I really go that far with the color? Because once I like something, I like it. But you could go again and fill up in between. That's the chip sapphire and the seedless preserve. So you could go with shaded lilac here. And then seedless preserve here. And fill in a little bit of color. And then I'm going to hit it with a little water and see what happens. And then that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to try to... Okay, there we go. Not do too much movement with the cardstock, and then I'm done with this. I'm going to call it done. Pull up some of that color. How would that look? So where I got a really deep patch of color, I'm just using the paper towel. Like I should have cut that one, but that's okay. It's okay, I like it. I like it. Like I said, there's no right or wrong to this. Now you can completely let this dry, and then, which I'm about to do, let me clean up a little bit and I'll bring back all of them. And you tell me which one is your favorite. Let's clean this up. I think I'm done playing today. Oops, sorry about that. All right, let me grab them all back. I'll be right back. And then I'll finish my thought. Okay, so what I was saying is when you let this dry completely, you could go back and flick it with more water or add more color to this one. So let's recap for today. These are the first two panels that I did. Let me know if you like the one on the right or the one on the left. Antique Linen, Salty Ocean, Salvage Patina. These are these. I like them. This one is really intense. I think this is like my favorite color combination. If I had to say of all of them, this one is the Rusty Hinge, Mustard Seed, and Aged Mahogany. This is like my favorite color combo, right? Then, so tell me, I'm sorry, tell me which one you like. The one on the right or the one on the left? Then this is the last one. It's not as dry as the rest of them. This is the Shaded Lilac, Chipped Sapphire, and Seedless Preserve. One on the right, one on the left. You let me know which one you like. I'm actually, if I had to pick between the two, I like this one. The one that was a hot mess, that I thought was Hot Mess Express. But you let me know, because I'm ending up with two intense, like a light and a darker version, a darker and a lighter version, depending. And I didn't really use the brayer this time. Okay, that takes care of us. That's it for now. I got one more session of this kind of stuff with oxides, and then we'll, because I've done all these panels, I got to do something with them. So my next thought is, okay, I've got all these panels, I got to do something with them. So that would be the next thing after I do the oxides. What to do with these after you've made all of them. And you spend all this time doing all of this stuff, but you got to put it into a project. So I will talk to you guys next time. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment. Thank y'all. See you next time.